Okay, I should be recording now. This is Ted, and I'm just going to demonstrate a little bit about how my screen reader works. A lot of people ask me, how do I use a computer as a blind person? And this is how. It's called a screen reader, and I'll just kind of demonstrate and describe a little bit as I go. So let's get started. Let's see. First I want to pop open my text editor. So
Doc. Mail 4 of 27.
Go down to the dock. You can probably see it on the screen. I'm going to switch to TextEdit.
News 5 of 27. TextEdit 6 of 27.
There it is.
Application close button. TextEdit open window list view table has keyboard focus.
Okay, now it wants to open something for some reason, so I'm going to just make a new blank document.
New untitled 2 window edit text.
Okay.
In edit text. New line. Out of edit text.
Now, first thing I wanted to show you was the, this is probably sped up too much. Let me slow my voice speed down.
Rate 45%, 40%. Edit text insertion at end of text. New line.
Okay, there's the new lines I just entered. So,
document actions, dimmed menu button.
Now, what I just did is I'm using the arrow keys to move the screen reader around, and all it's going to do is move around. I use the left and right to move it around, and then I can change.
Edit text insertion.
I can change, just flip down one there using the right arrow key. I can change the navigation mode, and that'll affect my up and down arrow keys. And I'll describe more of that in the future, but it'll put a little rotor on the screen. I don't know if that's being recorded or not, but let's find out.
Paragraphs.
There's paragraph navigation mode.
Sentences.
Sentences.
Lines.
Lines.
Misspelled.
Misspelled.
Window spots.
Window spots.
Words. Characters. Navigation.
Navigation is just for general moving around. And it'll go up and down and left and right depending on which arrow keys I hit. I'm also using holding down other shortcut keys while I do this, but I won't go into those because this isn't an instructional video. This is a demo, so I'm just going to keep going here. First I'm going to use the left arrow key, and I'm going to go up and navigate through the top part of this window. That would be the area where you don't type text.
Document actions, dimmed menu button.
Okay, there's a document actions menu right next to the name.
M-dimmed. Untitled2.txt.
Untitled 2 is the name of the document because I haven't saved it or named it anywhere, so it's untitled.
Full screen button, minimize but close button.
And there's the three very well-known buttons that are on every Mac document.
Edit text insertion at end of text. New line.
Okay, that just said edit text insertion at end of text. So that's my edit text area. But if I want to go into that area, see if I hit left arrow key one more time. Now all I did right there was flip from the top to the bottom and bottom right and then back to the top left again using arrow keys. I'll press right arrow key once.
Close button.
There, I just jumped clear up to the top left item on the screen, or on this window.
Minimize button. Full screen button. Minimize close button.
Okay, I'm going to hit left arrow one more time and it'll jump back down to the bottom right object in this window.
Edit text insertion at end of text. New line.
Which is the edit text area. Now I'm going to use the down and right arrow keys and enter that area. They call it entering or exiting an area. And then I'll be able to move around just inside that area without it going to the other pieces of the window. So I'm going to jump into there.
In edit text insertion at end of text.
Okay, so it just said in edit text, insertion at end of text. So let's, I'm going to enter, now that I know I'm in the text edit area, let's enter a few more carriage returns or empty lines.
New line.
And then I'm going to change my navigation mode.
Characters. Navigation.
Alright, and I'm going to use a shortcut key to jump to the top left area of this text edit part of the window.
Edit text insertion at end of text. New line. In edit text. New line.
There. Okay, I did it. Sometimes you just got to keep working at it until it works. Alright, so now I'm right at the very top line, empty line of this text area. So I'm going to jump down one.
New line.
And I'm going to indent twice using space.
Space.
And then I'm going to start typing. Let's see, I'm just going to go with an old favorite here.
Cap M. Cap A. R. What? Mary. A-A-D had A-A-L-I-T-T-L-E little L-A-M-B lamb, comma.
I'm a horrible typist, so you'll just have to put up with me.
New line.
Ah,
I-T, it, S, it's, F-L-E-E, Z, X, F, C, E, fleece.
my right hand got very used to hitting the delete key when I make mistakes on the keyboard, and my hand just automatically goes up there and deletes it, and I keep right on typing. So let's see.
Fleece, fleece. Characters.
I'm going to switch modes.
E, space.
Okay.
New line, new line.
There is a space at the end of the word fleece.
Space, space.
So now I should be at the end of the space at the end of the word fleece, and I'm going to keep typing. It's fleece.
A as double H I T E white. A as X N N S N O E E W snow. Period. New line.
Okay, jump down a line.
Cap A, cap N D and E E R Y double E E R E everywhere. T T that. Cap A R Y Mary double E N T went. Comma. New line.
Down another line. Let's see.
T E E B L A N N M B lamb W U D wood R U N run T out I N in F R O N T front A N D and G E T get I N T O into T O U B L E trouble period new line.
Okay.
Cap H E T T Y hey comma space G E T get B A C K back A E R E here space.
Let me get rid of that space and get an exclamation in there.
Here exclamation mark new line. Cap S T U P I D stupid L A M B lamb exclamation mark new line.
Okay, now let's see how many new lines I have at the bottom of this.
Navigation. New line, new line, new line.
3 of them.
New
Let's
line.
get rid of 2 of them.
New line. Stupid lamb. New line.
Oops, there's still one extra there.
New line.
There we go. Okay, now I'm going to jump back to the top of this text area, and I'm just going to read through it real quick with my screen reader.
New line.
There, I just jumped up to the top left area of the... Can't go any further because there's the bunk. You can't do that sound. All right, so here I go. I'm just going to work my way down.
Characters. Navigation.
Check my navigation mode and start hitting down arrow key and work my way down through the text.
Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece as white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, the lamb would run out in front and get into trouble. Hey, get back here. Stupid lamb. New line.
Okay, so it's not the greatest poem in the world, but hey.
New line.
One thing I wanted to point out real quick is notice how the intonation changes because I'm using either a comma or a period. At a comma, the intonation doesn't drop as far. It kind of pauses.
Mary had a little lamb.
Mary had a little lamb, as if it's waiting for more.
Its fleece as white as snow.
White as snow. It drops at the end because there's a period there.
And everywhere that Mary went,
there's another comma.
The lamb would run out in front and get into trouble.
And there's a period.
Hey, get back here.
There's a emphasized line because of exclamation point there.
Stupid lamb.
And same there.
New line.
Okay, so now let's go.
New line.
Let's go like this. I'm gonna.
Mary had a little.
I'm gonna switch to characters.
Characters.
That way my up and down arrow keys now move by character only.
E space L space E L T T.
Let's ditch this
T
extra T in the middle of the word little.
Lytle.
See, now it's pronounced lytle. So now I'm going to go
navigation.
Back to the top again.
Mary had a new line.
Okay, bonk, bonk, you can't go any further. Got it. So here's the first line with a misspelled word in it.
Mary had a misspelled lytle lamb.
Okay, so now let's see how that just told me you heard it say misspelled. So it just told me that lytle is misspelled. Let's go to lytle. I'm at the should be at the end of this line.
lamb, lamb.
Yep.
Characters, comma, comma.
Yep. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the beginning of the word lytle.
Lamb. Misspelled. Lytle. Words. Characters.
Okay, check my navigation mode.
Little.
I'm going to back up here into the middle of it and put a T back in there.
T.
There.
Little. Navigation.
Now let's hear that line again.
Mary had a little lamb.
Okay, so let's do one other thing. So I can correct things that it tells me are misspelled by going into character mode and diving right into the part that's misspelled and correcting it myself. But there's another option too.
It's lamb. Little.
Okay, here I am at the beginning of little again.
Characters.
You're seeing my screen reader wrap around through the text in the same way that you read, left to right, top to bottom, okay, or backwards through it in the opposite direction.
Little. Words. Characters.
All right, I'm in character mode. I'm going to use the down arrow key.
L-I-T. T.
Let's get rid of one of the T's.
T. Lytle.
Okay, so now
navigation.
It should be, I'm going to go back to navigation so it'll read the whole line. It should be misspelled again.
Mary had a lytle lamb. New line. Mary had a misspelled lytle lamb.
Okay, so yeah.
Lamb. Misspelled. Lytle.
So this time, instead of correcting it myself, I'm going to select the word lytle by using some shortcut keys and the right arrow key.
Misspelled. Lytle. Selected.
There, it just said selected, so now I know that word is selected. I'm going to use some other shortcut keys that I made that'll simulate a right click on a mouse and pop up that extra menu that pops up.
Menu.
And then I'm going to go to check my navigation mode.
Characters. Navigation.
All right.
Little.
Now this should offer me suggested spellings, and they're the very first one. Sounds like it's a correct one. Let's go into character mode and I can listen to the spelling of that suggested correction right here in the menu before I choose it.
Characters. L-I-T-T-L-E.
Yep, that would be the right
navigation.
one. But first, let's go listen to what else it's suggesting here.
Title. Light. Lithe. Leal. Lilt. Lyle. Leal. Ignore spelling.
Okay.
Leal. Lyle. Lilt. Leal. Light. Title. Little.
Back up to the word little because I know that's the correct one. I already checked its spelling in the menu, so I'm just going to choose it by hitting my shortcut keys here.
Edit text. Little is selected. Little.
There, so I just corrected the word lytle back into the word little by right-clicking on it and choosing the correct spelling off of a pop-up menu.
Paragraphs. Navigation.
All right, so now...
New line. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece as white as snow. Right. Mary had a new line.
Now, this is a kind of a slow speed that I'm using here. I think I'm at 40% speed. This is slower than I normally use. Let me I'm going to switch it to 45.
Rate 40%, 45%. Edit text insertion at beginning of.
Okay, back to the top.
Paragraphs, navigation.
Now here's the speed I normally use. I don't usually go below this speed.
Mary had a little lamb, its fleece as white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, the lamb would run out in front and get into trouble. Hey, get back here. Stupid lamb.
Yeah, stupid lamb. Okay.
New line.
Now I'm back up at the top again. There's the lowest or the slowest speed that I normally use.
Rate 45%, 50%. Edit text insertion at beginning.
Now this is a speed that I normally use if I'm just looking for, I'm blasting through news stories or through web pages or whatever, and I'm consuming information. So here's the speed I normally use for this.
Mary had a little lamb, its fleece as white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb would run out in front and get into trouble. Hey, get back here, stupid lamb. New line. New line.
Okay, back to the top again. Now, once in a while, I'm skimming through stuff trying to find something particular that I'm looking for. And so I'm not worried about consuming all of the information that's there. I'm just looking for a particular thing. So.
Rate 50%, 55%. Edit text insertion at beginning.
This is the speed I normally use for that.
Mary had a little lamb, its fleece as white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb would run out in front and get into trouble. Hey, get back here, stupid lamb. New line.
Okay.
New line.
That's kind of fast. A lot of people can't even understand what it's saying there, but I still pick it all out just because I a lot of practice. I couldn't at first, but now I can. Now here's a, let's just real quick.
Rate 55, pitch 50%. Rate 55%. 60%, 65%, 70%, 75%, 80%, 85%, 90%.
Okay. Here I am at 90%. I can't understand what this says at this speed either, but let's listen to it once. Just for grins.
Mary Ellen, it's Lisa, white as snow, and everywhere Mary went. The land will have in front and get into trouble. Hey, get up here. Stupid lamb. New line.
Okay.
New line.
Yeah. Let me slow that back down so it's understandable by me too.
Rate 90%, 85%, 80%, 75%, 70%, 65%, 60%, 55%, 50%, 45%.
See, now these are starting to sound really slow compared to them faster ones.
40%. Edit text insertion at beginning of text.
This one almost sounds like he's half asleep to me, but oh well.
In edit text character navigation.
But this is probably best for most screen recordings. Most people can understand it without having to have all the practice in there. So I'm going to listen to this one more time, normal speed.
Mary had a little lamb, its fleece as white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb would run out in front and get into trouble. Hey, get back here, stupid lamb. New line.
All right. So anyway, I just wanted to show off how I do writing with a screen reader. There's a whole lot of other little tips and stuff about writing with a screen reader that I can do in further videos. But this is probably getting kind of long for this one, so I'm going to call it quits on here. Thanks for joining and watching, and next time you hear about a blind person using a computer, maybe you'll have a little better idea about what they go through and some of the options they have and what's available for them in order to use a computer. It's all done by listening. You're watching the screen. I can't see it at all. I'm just listening to everything. So anyway, hope you guys are doing good. That's all for now.
Menu bar, Apple. Menu extras. Stop recording. Menu.